Daughter of Zayah, she cries out to the Father every day and night, looking for answers, praying that she make it to the kingdom. No matter what her family has did to her, she remains humble. She's a daughter of the Most High. She's scared, but she's strong. She's having a hard time raising children by herself, and the man she loves just got up and left. Now she's out there selling her body to pay the rent and buy some food to eat. It's a cold world we live in, but she's a daughter of Zion, trying to make it through the struggles in this life. She's a daughter of Zion, living in a world that's so cruel. But little does she know that she's a precious jewel. She's a daughter of the Most High. Somebody's out there in the truth, taking advantage of our sisters, laying down with them with a promise to come in, but end up leaving them. And there's a lot of sisters sleeping around with these other nations, defiling themselves again, trying to survive in the Holy Land. She's a daughter of Zion, trying to make it through the struggles in this life. She's trying to make it this life. She's a daughter of Zion. She's a daughter living in a world that's so cruel. But little does she know that she's a precious jewel. She's a daughter of the Most High. She's a daughter of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our sisters are lonely with nobody by their side. A lot of people want to use them and, do them wrong. But we need to be uplifting our sisters, protecting our sisters, so they won't have to go out here and do prostitution and, get caught up in all this sin. We're leaving our sisters hanging right now. It ain't a good look. Said I'm always praying for the daughter. Always praying for my sister that they make it. Give my sisters, oh hey, she's a daughter of Zion, trying to make it through the struggles in this life. Oh yeah, she's a daughter of Zion. Living in a world that's so cruel. This world is so cruel. But she know that she's a precious jewel. She's a precious jewel. Let the music play, and let's pray for the sisters of Zion. Let the music play. Father, bless all the daughters of Zion. Protect them right now where they at, Father. Keep your hands of protection around them. The one that's raising the little children alone. Keep your hands around them, Father. We love our sisters, and we bless them for all that they do. The ones that's trying to make it through the struggle. Lift them up, Father. They're my sisters. Hey, the daughters of Zion. Hey, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, sisters. To all my sisters going through the struggle. Yeah, the kingdom is almost here. Just try to make it. Keep your head up. She's a daughter of Zion, trying to make it through the struggles in this life. Just trying to make it through the struggles in this life. She's a daughter of Zion, yeah, living in a world that's so cruel. This world is so cruel. But little does she know that she's a precious jewel. She's a daughter of the Most High.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Zayah I'm coming to you once again with another video, like I said that I would. And today we are going to talk about how I got my Hebrew name. So, and my Hebrew name is Zayah. And today I'm going to be talking about how I got my Hebrew name. So, back in 2019, when I first started up this YouTube page, my name was Victoria, daughter of Zion. That's what my YouTube channel name is. And the reason why I named it Victoria, daughter of Zion is because at that time I was coming into the truth of my identity and who I was and who the Most High name was, and just coming into who I was, because I had prayed for a long time for the Most High to show me the truth and who I am. Where am I from? What tribe am I from? You know what I mean? And so with that being said, at that time I was asking the Most High what my Hebrew name was, but I really didn't push the issue and go into deeper depth with what my name was, because Victoria, daughter of Zion, was just fine with me, because like I said, I was coming into the truth. And um so years down the line, I had begun to ask the Most High, which I think last year, 2006. Okay, we in 2022, right? So I think back in 2021, I had began to push the issue with the Most High with what my Hebrew name was. And so, again, I really didn't, probe and, try to really go into depth with what my Hebrew name was until like last month sometime. Because at that point, last month, I really just wanted to know what my Hebrew name was, right? And so one day I was listening to this song, which the song that I just actually played for y'all, the daughter of Zion, right? Because I can identify with the daughter of Zion, because in 2019 is what I changed my name to. Well, I had began to I was beginning to the transition then with changing my name. And so a month ago, I was listening, like I said, I was listening to this song called The Daughter of Zion, and so I said, Zion, Zion, Zion. How can I, change my name to incorporate my name with Zion, right? And so what I did is I had looked up what the word Zion means. And the name Zion is described as a place appointed by the Most High where his followers can live and serve him. And then the scriptures refers to Zion as the city of holiness and a city of refuge where the Lord protects his people from the evils in this world. And so I said, okay. And so I looked up to see what daughter of Zion means, and it refers to a place in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is in Israel, is where our tribe of Judah is from. So, okay, boom. So Zion, I can identify with Zion in a whole bunch of ways. In a whole bunch of ways, because for one, that's where Judah is from. That's where the tribe of Israel is from, Judah. And see, a lot of people don't know that, because the world tells us, oh, y'all from Africa, y'all come from Africa, because we was on the slave ship, while our descendants was from the slave ship. But what people really don't know is that Israel was our homeland, and the Most High took our land from us because of the Most High took our land from our forefathers because of their disobedience to him and not keeping his laws, statutes, and his commandments. And so I think it was the Roman Empire came and pretty much took over Jerusalem. And so therefore our people had to scatter. And so our people had scattered throughout Africa. The west coast, where they scattered throughout, the word said that we are scattered throughout the whole world, pretty much. But going back to our descendants, and why the world tell us that we're from Africa, it's because that's where our descendants had got captive going into slavery, over on the slave ship coming to America, in which that was in West Africa, along Gambia, Ghana, Sierra Leone. Do your history. I mean, do your homework, and you'll see where the west coast of Africa. You can see the landmark of the west coast of Africa, and so that's why our forefathers. Well, that's what some of Judah had got confiscated from, and so anyway, they just a little background history. And if you really want to know more, I suggest that you do research, or you can reach out to me, and we can go into extensive depth of that. But I want to stay on topic for as how I got my Hebrew name. Okay, and then so I know that I wanted to incorporate. I wanted my name to start with a Z because of Zion. Now I knew I couldn't name myself Zion, which I could, but I didn't because I wanted a female name. And then I also wanted the Yah at the end of my name. And the reason why I wanted the Yah to be at the end of my name is because Ahaya, which is the Most High's name, I wanted his name to be a part of my name because he is my father, right? And how I know that Ahaya is the Most High's name is because in Exodus chapter 3, 13 through 15, the Most High had revealed his name to Moses. And so in the word, if you read it, go back, I suggest that you read it. Exodus 3, 13 through 15, Moses had asked Ahaya, which is the Most High, what name should I give them that sent me? And so Ahaya said, I am that I am. So I am that I am is translated in Hebrew means Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya. He said, tell him Ahaya sent you. And so Ahaya is the Most High's name. And again, I suggest that you go and do your homework and find out what they mean, translated in Hebrew. You know what I mean? And you'll come out with the same thing, the same results that I came out with. You'll come out with the same name, Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya. Okay? And so then boom, I came with the name. First it was like Zahaya or something like that. And then I looked up to see what Zahaya mean. I don't know, I can't remember what the result was with that, but then Zayah had popped up. So I said Zayah, but it's really pronounced Zayah, Zayah. Okay, so Zayah. So I said, okay, Zayah. All right, that sounds good. I said, all right, Most High. So I wanted to know what Zayah means, of course. So Zayah means honest, hope, and faith. So I said, okay, all right, Most High. I'm really happy with this name, Zayah. So that's how I ended up with my Hebrew name, which is Zayah. And I just praise the Most High that he did give me my name because I wanted to know my Hebrew name. I can't identify with Victoria. You know what I mean? Because Victoria, for one thing, the letter V wasn't invented or I'm going to say invented, just like the letter J. People think that Yeshaya name is Jesus, but that's not his name because the letter J and the letter V wasn't invented until like over 400 years ago. And Christ, and Ahaya, Yeshaya and Yahaya was here before the beginning of time. So there is no way that Jesus' name is Jesus. I mean, Ahaya, I'm sorry, Yeshaya name is Jesus. There's no way. And so I couldn't identify my name with Victoria. You know what I mean? Because again, the letter V wasn't invented up until like over 400 years ago. Not saying that I'm Christ because I'm not, and not saying that I'm Ahaya because I'm not, but I wanted my Hebrew name because I am a Hebrew. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know exactly where my forefathers is from. I know my history, and so therefore I wanted a Hebrew name. Victoria is a beautiful name, don't get me wrong, but I wanted a Hebrew name. I wanted my Hebrew name, and the Most High revealed to me my Hebrew name, which is Zayah, you know. Um, let's see. What else? So yeah, that's my Hebrew name. I'm actually happy about my Hebrew name. And yeah, that's my name. So yeah, I just wanted to come on live right quick because I know in the last video I did say that I would talk about my Hebrew name, and I did say that'll be another story for another time. And so this is the story, and this is the time that I decided to come on live and, explain why I changed my name to Zayah and how the Most High had revealed my Hebrew name to me, Um, for one, it was a mind transformation because like I said, back in 2019, well, probably before then, like in 2018, I was beginning to come into the truth in my real identity and who I was and who I was in Him, you know, because these are the things that I had prayed for. And I had stopped going to church at that time. At that point, I had stopped going to church because I'm like, they not really teaching me what I need to know. I know it's much more to what these people are saying. Like, for one, they can't tell me what tribe I'm from. Why is it that in the Bible it got these different tribes? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Manasseh, Gad, Benjamin. Who is these people? Why is these names even mentioned? Why are there tribes? And so with that, I began to dig a little deeper, and I'm like, okay, well, who is Judah? You know, who is the tribe of Judah? Who is the tribe of Levi? Who is Benjamin? How can I identify with these people? And so I did. And after doing extensive research, which the research wasn't that bad, wasn't that hard. I'm sorry, it wasn't that hard. I found out that I'm from the tribe of Judah. Boom. Okay. All right, Most High. Now I can identify myself in this word. And so that made me understand the word a whole lot much better. You know what I mean? Because now, okay, I can identify with the word now. I can identify myself in this word, and it made me understand the word a whole lot better. Well, I wasn't getting that in the Christian church. I wasn't getting that in the four walls of a building because they first of all, they didn't even know who Christ's name was. They didn't even know who the God that they allegedly serving. They didn't even know His name. The word said that people perish for the lack of knowledge, and then the word also says that we have to call His name. We got to call His name, and if we don't know His name, how we gonna call His name? You know what I'm saying? He has a name. His name is not God. That's a title. His name is Ahia. And yeah. And so I'm just giving you a history of how I began to come into the truth and the reason why I stopped going to church. But that part will be for another time, another story. You know how I do. And believe me, when I say another time for another story, or another story for another time, it will be another time that I will tell the story. But I want to stick to the topic of, my name change and give you a little history of when I began to come into the truth and how I was identifying myself in His word. And yeah. So this has been one heck of a journey, ups and downs, round and rounds, because it's like the more you come into who you are, the more Satan attacks, because for one, he don't want us to know who we are. He really don't. He want us to stay dumbfounded, and he don't want us to know who our enemies is. We have enemies all around. Read Psalms 83. It'll tell you. It'll tell you the plots of the enemies. And we have many enemies around us. And I'm not talking about, Satan with the horns. No, I'm talking about people. Other nations. Other nations know who we are. That's the reason why we are the ones that get treated the worst. Black people, Judah. because they know who we are. You see? But we don't know who we are. I know who I am now, but I'm just saying, before then, I didn't know who I was. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know. You couldn't. If a person could ask me what tribe I was from, I couldn't tell them what tribe I was from. I couldn't tell them what my nationality was. I couldn't tell them nothing because I didn't know. You know, I couldn't. So after me finding out who I was, I can understand that Bible a whole lot much better. I really can identify who Judah is. You know, I'm Judah, and it further helps me to understand why our forefathers went into slavery. Why? Because we didn't keep his statutes, his laws, and his commandments. You know, the Christian church will tell you all the laws and the statutes and commandments are done away with. But that is so a lie. That is so a lie. We got to keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. Because with that, that's how we are marked by the Most High. But again, another story for another time for that story. You know, and I will be touching that subject of how to know if you marked by the Most High, because Satan mark his people, and the Most High mark his people. You see what I'm saying? The mark of the beast. I know y'all done heard about that, but the Most High marks his people too. Yeah, another story for another time. Yeah. So, but anyhow, yeah, that's how I got my name, and I'm very happy about my name. And to all y'all beautiful people, melanated people, we are some beautiful people. We are the apple of the Most High eye, and we are very much loved by the Most High. We are his people. We are his chosen. We are Israel. We are Judah. Okay? So I love y'all. Shalom. And y'all have a wonderful and great day. Shalom.